Hello, I'm John, the executive producer here at Final Show Films. I got a few notes for you before the show. First, I want to thank you all for watching. We couldn't do what we do or the amount of things that we do without the support of you, the viewer. If you want to support us financially, which we always appreciate, you can go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/fsfilms, where you can donate as little as $1 a month to help us continue this and all the things that we do. I want to give a special shout out to our $25 supporters, Antitonic, Cat Waterflame, and Samantha Bates. Second, I want to let you all know that we here at Final Show Films are planning a little get-together up at Gen Con this year. That's August 2nd through 5th up at Indianapolis. We're going to be up there just sort of hanging out, enjoying the con, spending time together, and if any of you guys want to come up and say hi, please feel free. We don't bite unless you want us to. And if you enjoy whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to, be sure to check out our website at finalshowfilms.com, where you can find links to all of our other content, both podcast and video. And be sure to follow me at John A. Bates on Twitter for more updates on all of the content we're creating in the future. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.
All right. Hello,
We're
everyone,
live.
and welcome to Star Wars Afterlight Skies, where Aaron, in the last second, realizes that I didn't write a specific thing down and need to go find it. May the 4th be with you. Yay. It's Star Wars Day.
It is indeed.
I'm wearing glitter for
This is the
Carrie
first
Fisher.
time we're all hearing and
It's
saying
okay.
the day of Star
Relevant.
Wars.
It's a Star Wars game. We're playing Star Wars Edge of the Empire. If
No,
you have
it's fine. For those at home, I literally just went on a rant about I enjoy Star Wars Day, but between my work and personal email accounts, I woke up at, granted, around noon, around 12:31 or so, with like 17 emails that had the same fucking subject line.
All of mine were from Nigerian princes, so.
Would he ever use?
Mine was telling me that my Ahsoka figurine had arrived, so it was justified.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's have our characters introduce themselves, shall we? John.
I'm John, and I'm playing Ares Artinos, the Mandalorian mercenary soldier. And I'm going to roll some destiny and see what we get. 2 light side, thank you very much.
Nice.
Not 23, light 2. We have 23 light side points. Let's
we
go.
totally have 23.
The force is
light side.
strong with this one. I'll go next. I'm Jack.
Jack.
I'm playing Rerun, our astromech mechanic and saboteur. And I am going to roll Destiny for a dark side point, which is very appropriate for him.
The dark side droid.
Yep.
Kat.
I'm Kat, and I am playing Powder, the surgical droid with issues. I gave us a light side.
There's no question mark behind issues. We can confirm that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Spencer.
I'm Spencer. I'm playing Siolo, the Twi'lek ambassador to the rebellion, and a light side.
Cool. Cody.
I'm Cody. I'm playing Praz. He's a Brat Commando, and I gave us 2 light side. As usual, a beacon.
Kat.
of
Kat
capitalism.
went. Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Cretan, human something or other.
Mechanic.
Yes, outlaw tech specifically. Who added a dark side point because we need a little bit of more darkness. I mean,
The mechanics are frustrated today.
Destiny stands 6-2.
Mm-hmm.
The mechanics are frustrated today. Damn it, I was trying to do something. Sorry. So yes, actually it's quite fitting that the mechanics are a little bit frustrated because for the last week or so, you haven't really had full access to your own ship because there's been a crazy guy with Burned Lake who working on installing some new codes for you. As a reminder, the group decided they needed some new
Transponder codes?
Transponder codes. And in the situation around that, ended up owing a favor to Tiara, a rebellion contact of Cielo and, to a lesser extent, Praz and Powder. Having finished that specific... and we pick up at the end of the sort of 3 days that you guys have had to deal with this. Sorry, I am all over the place tonight, aren't I?
Okay.
That's okay. I think we all are.
It's been a week.
Fuck weather.
This is why I wear these, so no one can tell what I'm.
I was gonna say
or
how
when you're
drunk you are.
hungover.
I
There are many purposes these glasses serve. Many
I
doors, and
predict-
boy.
I predict that John is thinking, please video card, don't fuck up on me. Please
Oh
video
no,
card.
no,
don't
no,
fuck
no,
up.
no, no, no. This is a good video card. It's a brand new video card.
Yay.
Exactly. Please video card, don't fuck up on me.
Because it will feel awful if it fucks up on you.
I've introduced new
It's okay.
technology to my computer.
It's okay. I've
Nothing shall
got
go
30
wrong.
days to take it back if it fucks up.
Fair enough. Okay. So, aside from that tangent, over the last few days, you guys have basically been holding and trying to keep an eye on the various things that you had previously set into motion. Theresa does get back to Sen and on the topic of armor. He is trying to determine how it was acquired by someone because it previously belonged to a guy that Sensaku... Fuck. That was your other character. I hate you having the same name for your character as yourself. Ares has wanted to track down some armor, and he managed to find Theresa Tane, a relative of Corey. He's on Corellia. I think I got Corey right.
No. I was just pointing down to where Corey was on the overlay
Ah,
for the viewers.
I thought you were pointing... I knew you were doing that. I thought you were doing it to joke about how I got another name wrong.
No.
Okay. Sorry about this. She let you know that the armor is... that she only had one contact who was even approached about it. The details match up well enough. He never saw anything. He didn't express any interest. It was being presented as somewhat of a collector's item. And she does have some more thoughts and information on the specific unusual symbology that it was apparently on the armor when your sister Athena found it. However, she would like to give you that information in person. Apparently, it's either of a precise or delicate nature of some sort.
Yep.
In addition to that, the group of you I swear there was at least one other person you heard back from.
We had heard back from Alvad already. We heard back from
Yeah.
Alvad on the first day.
Yep. You heard back from Alvad. So, in addition to that, a few of you were trying to set projects into motion and go about things in a certain way. Powder, I want you to roll me either computers or mechanics at difficulty 2. This is mostly to recall information you already have.
Who's making that roll?
Powder.
Like we're all sort of out of it, and it's
Sorry.
like, wait, what? Who?
Yeah,
What?
sorry,
Roll?
I kind of zoned
Make
for a
that
second
roll
there.
while I grab myself some fucking caffeine.
Yeah, sorry. What was the roll? I heard the difficulty 2, but
Difficulty 2 mechanics or computers. Choice.
or computers. I have more ranks in computers. Let's go with that one. Yay! 3 successes and a triumph.
All right. So, yeah. I feel bad for making you waste a good roll. So
That's
you
fine.
do know, in terms of trying to appease what Alvad wanted without deleting your consciousness, you and Corey, when you were initially working on these programs, Corey was able to isolate them to essentially mute them. There was some discussion of it also being risky and challenging, but feasible to permanently delete those sort of subroutine memories.
Mm-hmm.
And from everything you know about your own programming and everything that you and Corey, and I believe Rerun as well, have talked about with regards to what Alvad wants, that would absolutely complete what he's asking for. You wouldn't have to delete any of your current consciousness, just some of those memories and notification subroutines. You don't know if you could restore them again, especially given that they seem to have been tried to delete in a previous wipe and just failed to, or something like that.
Right. Would there be a way to isolate them so instead of they were just being muted, they could be like turned off and then turned back on? Or is there a way that they could be isolated to like back them up separately, then delete them and put them back
With
later?
the Triumph, it is possible you could essentially turn off the system so that you are not even aware they still exist, but so that you could get them back. It would be very challenging.
Okay.
And potentially more risky than just deleting them. Like, if things went catastrophically wrong, it would be more risky for you.
Okay.
But that is an alternative that you are aware of. You don't know if your allies would be willing to participate, but that is something you know is a possibility given conversations that have been had.
Okay. And what about the possibility of like backing those subroutines up someplace else to be able to delete them and then bring them? Like
You
put them on a
could try
different hard
that.
drive.
That would also potentially result in the only risk of that is, especially because these are things that were already sort of deleted and recovered, there's a possibility that you could lose access to other memories and more recent. That is also a thing you could try.
Okay.
But I don't know necessarily what the difference in effect for you would be between those two that you're hoping for.
Memory fragmentation.
I think it's just more the possibility of taking it out, like put it on a different hard drive, going to Dude and being like, see, it's gone now, no issues. And as soon as he's cool with that, putting it back in.
Yeah. So let me just repeat what I said, just in case I was unclear. You could try that. There's a risk that those files might not go back in smoothly, or you could lose memories in either of those transfers. Right. The other option that you would be aware of with a Triumph is potentially just muting all of those memories for the moment. Yeah. So basically, within your own brain, without taking them out physically, essentially locking that off so that it cannot be opened. You aren't able to access any of it. And then basically taking down that. I understand this isn't how the term actually is used, but firewall later.
Right. Yeah, that'd probably be the safer, I guess, of the two options in that regard.
Partition that shit.
Yeah. Just put it in its own little box and lock it away.
Yeah, that would be safer. Both of these would be risky for you.
Yep.
It would be much less risky to just delete them permanently.
So true, but that would,
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
But this is a game wherein protagonists don't make optimal decisions, so
Exactly.
we're not going to be deleting anything.
No.
Or the
Just
players.
letting you know the options you have, because this is a choice Powder needs to make.
Yep.
Doing something that makes sense is boring.
So, the 3 days of that come to an end. Your slicer informs you that that you have new codes. They're not necessarily high clearance, but they shouldn't raise any flags under a standard scan.
Works for me. Does Corey give him back his bug?
What bug?
The bug.
The little mechanical thing you were fucking with at the end of the last
I've read
episode.
fix, yeah.
Little butterfly fly looking thing.
Oh,
The mechanical beetle.
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, if he wants it. Wait.
Yeah.
Let me try and remember what happened.
I vaguely remember him trying to
I vaguely
capture it
remember-
under a thing.
He was trying to put it in a
Corey-
glass
yeah,
because it was running
so-
around.
Yeah, she's gonna fix it as best as she could because I remember there was something wrong. She will return it upon a promise not to keep it trapped or enslaved underneath a glass.
He'll agree to that very specific promise.
Mhm. And Rerun leans out from behind Corey and just gives the guy a look.
Rerun, you'd be aware this is not a sentient or aware entity. It's essentially a broken wind-up toy.
Right.
Not the point.
I don't know why, but just the thought of Rerun doing this and giving a look. You're an R3 droid. Like,
Yeah,
what
so
kind of-
Rerun
The lens
sort
turns
of
red.
inclines himself on the side with the sort of variable length legs. And then the sort of circle just flashes different colors.
Yeah, the optical sensor
Nice.
turns red,
Nice.
Right.
All right.
Well,
and there's a beat, and then I just wheel myself the hell out of there.
it has been absolutely lovely dealing with you, sir. I hope to never have to do it again. And I head to the cockpit.
Kata will bring back more
Friend,
breadsticks for everyone.
All of the paneling is back on.
Good.
So
I check and make sure everything works.
everything works.
Okay.
Do you take any of the paneling off?
Yes, actually.
Okay. He clearly did not do a great job of making all of the cables cleanly aligned. It's just a knot back in there now.
This motherfucker needs to learn some cable management.
Yeah, essentially.
Fix it later.
But it all works.
Shink, shink. Get a sticky note, attach it, write down cable management needs to happen.
Stick it on the corner of the console.
And then wait till everybody's on the ship and take off back to Corvella.
Cat? Yep.
And again, doing my best to evade any inquisitive Imperial eyes.
Do you mean Corellia?
We're on Corellia.
Corvella is the city in Corvella. Corellia is the planet.
Right. My bad.
Sorry.
My bad. No, yeah.
I spoke correctly, Jeremy.
Which is rare enough to be worth noting and commending, yes. No. I found all of the full text of all of the things I was looking for.
Yay.
Yay.
So hopefully I'll be less distracted now with my notes up.
We'll see.
So, as you start flying in the sky over Corellia, most of you are probably in your own space around. It's only about I believe, half an hour flight on the planet, in the planet's atmosphere to get to Corvella. Get back to Corvella. But you're all sort of in the back of your mind going over the things you need to do, the obligations you are under. The party's total obligation is at 110 at the moment.
Jesus.
Oh man.
At what point do our minds just collapse?
Hey, we're trying, gang. We're trying.
So there's nothing for above 100, but I would rule that around like 200 is like the you're too stressed to move number. Above 100 is like the max penalty.
At this point,
but
we're
if
like
you
all
double
at
that.
At this point, we're
Yeah.
like all at -2, aren't we?
So just as a refresher, I want to go over on stream the things that means.
Yeah.
Many of you would be aware, is given all of the various debts and things you need to handle, a lot of even the less legitimate sides of the underworld are likely to be cautious about selling you things, especially selling you things for additional debt, knowing that you're not necessarily in a position to pay. They also might be worried about angering any factions that are not allied with you and increase their costs. Most legitimate businesses won't be willing to sell to you because you're notorious enough. And I'm just going to read this part out fully out of character. Once the party's obligation exceeds 100, the pressure of the obligations is so severe that they can focus on little else until the obligation is back under control. Until the party brings its total obligation back under 100, none of the players can spend experience points to improve abilities, train skills, or acquire talents. The PCs simply have too much on their mind and are fraught with too much mistrust, anxiety, and strain to focus this long enough to improve themselves. You also always automatically fail the D100 roll for your obligation because if you're at 100 or above, there's just no roll you can make that's high enough.
Right.
Um,
So by the time we get that down, I'll have like 400 XP.
Yeah, we'll all have quite a lot to spend by the time we get
Yeah.
back underneath.
Hey,
man.
it's supposed to be a cattle prod incentive.
The issue isn't the cattle. The issue isn't the incentive. The issue is our ability to progress.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Gotta just keep chipping away.
So, I will specifically try to land at a different dock from the one that we landed to
Okay.
previously in Corvella. Just because same ship, new codes.
Yeah, would definitely have raised a flag with the tourism board.
Yeah. So again, different
New
dock,
codes,
not
you
the
did.
same one.
Just
And
need to
then-
like graffiti a little bit of something on the side, so now it's a different ship.
and then sort of
Yeah, that's how that works.
using the speaking to the ship as a whole, whether it being intercom or interpersonal, however. Right, so Corey's aunt has some information for me regarding Yarek's armor. I'm going to go talk with her. Would you like to come with, Corey?
Go.
I may need your technical expertise on some of the information provided.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go because I figure if I'm not there, there's at least a 30-70 chance that you'll kill her. So
I have never done anything hostile towards any member of your family. In fact, you're the one that has brought up killing her more often than I have.
In relation to you.
I'm just saying. It's on your mind more than mine.
Also, that you know of.
I mean,
You
that's
don't know.
fair. That's fair. I may have killed someone in your family. Who knows? I don't really stop and ID the bodies all that much unless it's required. Anyways.
It's that kind of casual attitude to this whole thing that gives me reason for concern.
I mean, would you rather me be casual about it, or would you rather me be obsessed about it? I'll let you think about which is worse while you walk. Come on.
All right. Yep.
As Corey tries to figure out if being casual about killing or being obsessed about killing is worse.
Yes.
We're heading to the Lady Tane.
Yep. Which would make the obligation this week Ares' Oath, by the way, with the D100 roll.
So I'm at 2.
So Ares, you're down by 2. Everyone else is down by 1.
Cool.
Yep. So you make your way back to that part of the city. It's a bit different navigating from a different area of it, given that you guys have been in the city for maybe a week at most. But you eventually find your way there. As a reminder, Theresa Tane lives on a second floor, or with these kind of open curtained windows to her establishment. And like one of those staircases for upper floor buildings, upper floor like shops and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
As you head up the stairs, I want you both to roll me vigilance checks, difficulty 2, and I'll flip 2 dark side points.
All right. That puts us at 8 light, 0 dark. So
Yes,
difficulty
it does.
2, upgrade 1, vigilante. 1 success.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Corey, I think it's safe to say that you're running this over in your head a little bit.
Corey's still trying to figure out which...
running. No, I'm not trying to figure out which is worse because.
But you're going to see family that you have certain feelings about.
The answer is that's a bullshit question because it proposes that is a binary situation and the only options. And fuck you, Mandalorian.
Fair enough.
No. But it's more like trying to imagine the room and where Ares is going to be and where I should position myself so I can throw something at him in case she says something that makes him angry and then he tries to kill her.
All right. So you're sort of running through this room in your head, and Ares, like through the mask of your Mandalorian suit, you smell that very familiar scent of human blood.
I just reach out and put a hand to stop Corey from moving forward.
Huh?
Something's not right here. Reach down, pull out, just sort of ready my blaster rifle, not like aiming it at anything, but just having it on hand, and proceed forward slowly.
Define not right.
I'll smell blood up ahead.
Okay.
So I will proceed forward at a careful pace.
All right. Yeah. You head forward slowly, making your way into the door is as open as it ever is. It's sort of a sliding door. Peek your head in.
Yep. Get
Inside. Nope. Inside, things are still. Getting a little bit closer. It smells stale here. You have been in enough of these situations. There's no scent of fresh gun. It's not really gunpowder, but
Plasma
laser
discharge.
bolts. Yeah. Nothing like that. Looking around, you do spot that chair that Theresa was in last time you were there, and it seems like she's in the chair. You can't make out any details from this angle. You can also see a body crumpled in the middle of the room.
Theresa, I'll call out.
Silence.
Corey, watch the stairs, please. And I'm going to step into the room.
Yeah, Corey is not watching the stairs at all.
All right. Just for my benefit, Jeremy, what are you doing?
Oh, she's coming in with him.
Okay.
May as well try. Yeah, step in the room and see what I can see moving in.
Yeah. So moving in a little more, there's a Twilight person, probably mid-teens, mid to late teens, in the middle of the floor. You can see getting up closer, you can see the clear evidence of a plasma bolt directly through the chest.
Sort of holding, still like sort of looking at Theresa, who's in a chair, probably dead. Just sort of holding my rifle in one hand, I'll just crouch down and roll the Twi'lek over. I recognize him.
Make me a xenology roll. I think that's what it's called in this setting.
Sure. What difficulty?
Difficulty of 3.
Failure.
No.
I'll look back at Corey and is it appearing male, female, or
Unclear.
Yeah. Corey, you know who this is? I'll say, indicating the dead Twi'lek.
Huh? What? Look down. Same roll?
Yeah, same roll.
Okay. One success?
With one success, so this person has blue and sort of a pale orange leku. Yeah, like I said before, probably mid to late teens. Your rough guess, this is, you've only ever met a few people like this, is that they are not entirely Twi'lek, that they likely had a parent who was not Twi'lek.
Okay.
Human or some, it's often a little hard to tell, and as I said, like, pretty rare in Corey's sort of experience. Yeah. But you don't recognize this individual.
Right, no.
Certain you've never met them before.
I will stand up and move over towards and move around the desk to look at Teresa.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so sort of getting up there, she does not seem to be moving. You don't see any evidence of a plasma bolt, anything like that.
I will step forward and still with my blaster rifle ready in case I need to shoot something or someone. Sort of move closer to inspect and see if I can find out if she's breathing, if she's alive, if she's dead. If she's dead, how so?
So yeah, you move up and sort of try and nudge her just to get a general sense, maybe wake her up if she managed to sleep through gunfire. And like a second, her head kind of turns, and you're like, "Oh wow, she's a what?" Nope, her body sort of falls out of the chair.
Yep. So I will crouch down and inspect and see if I can figure out how she was killed.
Medicine difficulty of 3 again.
Just trying to eliminate anything obvious like being stabbed. 3 failures. I wasn't stabbed, wasn't shot.
Well, if she was stabbed, it would have happened through cloaks, which are stabbable. Definitely a knife could have gone through these garments.
Look around, see if there's any sort of a data pad on the desk or anything like that.
No, looking around, Theresa's shop is cluttered with stuff. You see that sort of back stand where there's the image of the girl who looks like Corey, very young, and probably Theresa and a few other people in a photograph. That the sort of wooden statue stick that got Siolo upset previously. There's the large number of rocks on the far wall. It doesn't seem like she has a data pad.
Well, this became interesting, I say, looking around.
So you said that the Twilight thing is still there.
Yeah, the hybrid gene is still on the floor.
No, the stick thing.
Oh, yes.
The wooden idol.
Yes. I know that I assume the teen did not get up and leave.
I would have shot him.
Sorry.
Or her. Or
I've been explained as dead, but since you're not paying attention to me now, I'll just walk away.
Zombies!
Ares is the Star Wars character I could see in a zombie setting.
Oh, yeah. What? You mean I can kill all of them again?
Corey's gonna get up and just start going around and starting to pick up personal effects from the shop.
Okay. Yeah.
And start bagging them in something.
Okay. Yeah, it's easy enough to find stuff. There's the photograph that you noticed before and a few other photos. There's some memorabilia. Most of her personal stuff seems to be on this set of 2 shelves.
Okay.
Do you choose to take the
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to go over to the windows and close them, if I can. And then over the comm link. Rerun. You on comms?
Right here.
Could you, probably everyone actually get down here to Teresa Tane's shop?
Should we be prepared for anything?
Oh, we got 2 bodies here that would probably use some investigating.
Son of a fuck. Who did you kill this time?
Nobody. They were dead upon arrival.
That's usually how people end up when they meet you for the first time, though, isn't it?
No.
Anyway, yeah, I'll get people together.
Closing the windows.
There is
We-
nothing to tung.
Oh.
There is just the cloth windows.
There's no... Is it like, yeah, if there's a cloth, if there's the thing, then I'll just pull the
Yeah,
curtains.
it's just like a loose flying cloth.
Am I correct in
So-
remembering?
It's more a whoosh.
Am I correct in remembering that this shop appeared to be attached to a living area?
Yeah. There's a door that would likely lead further back in the shop.
That's where I'm going.
Okay.
So Rerun will run around the Nasari, ask Rainbow and Glass if they'll keep an eye on the ship, and grab everybody else who's available and start burning rubber across town towards
Right.
Teresa's shop.
I will go with... I'll just take one last glance around and go with Corey, just in case someone's hiding in the bedroom.
I shove Ares back and shut the door on him.
Yeah.
Fine. Scream if you
Corey-
get attacked.
The bedroom is pretty simple. There's a small four-poster bed with cloth sheets in a sort of grayish brown. There's a bedside light. It's not exactly hidden, so you see it. Under the bed there is some sort of locked chest.
Okay.
Um,
That also goes in whatever bag I have located.
it's like a
Or is that a fairly big
travel
thing?
trunk sized.
Cool.
so-
That's nice and portable.
Yeah. It doesn't necessarily fit in the bag, but you can also pick that up.
Does it have little rolly wheels and an extending?
Roll me a D100.
I could spend a destiny point if you want to use.
Yes,
my
you can spend a destiny point. That is what destiny points are for.
All right.
Yes, it has rolly wheels.
Best destiny point spend yet. So yeah, everything of any kind of identifying personal anything is getting
Yeah.
bagged up.
She doesn't have much back here. She has some clothes,
Boom.
a few garments that look more specifically like ceremonial or something. Some smaller bits of the same rocks you saw in the outside shop.
Okay. Boom, boom, boom.
Okay.
While Corey's in there, since door was closed on me, I'm gonna go check her and the Twi'lek and see if there's anything on them that might lend some information to this.
All right. What's the check for?
For
You
frisking
know what?
a
Neither
body.
of them have anything hidden on them, so it's fine. So going through, which one are you doing first?
Teresa, she's closer.
Going through Theresa's stuff, you find she's wearing a small pendant made of some sort of clear glass in a circle. She has in her possession, it's basically just in one of the pockets of her robe, a few sort of cloth samples with a few different symbols on them. Aries, you would recognize one of them as very clearly matching the phoenix symbol. I believe your sister showed you a picture of the armor.
Yeah.
Matching the phoenix symbol that she thought was weird on the armor. And a few other varieties of similar phoenix art. Not exactly the same, but your best guess is these may have been like her, okay, which of these does it look like swatches? They all seem to have been painted with the same paint at the same time.
Okay. Leave the pendant on her, pull the cloths out, sort of put them on the table to look at them.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that was on her?
Anything else that was on her? No, just those two. The clear glass circular pendant, and the 4 cloth swatches.
Then I'll go check the Twi'lek.
The Twi'lek has about 30 credits on him. He has a simple light blaster that he doesn't seem to have had a chance to pull out. What else did he have? They had a no, that's all they had on them. Sorry.
I'll leave the credits, take the blaster, and I want to see if I can figure out what made the hole in this person's body.
Sure, medicine check difficulty.
If I could,
I'll say difficulty 2 with a boost die for Ares' familiarity with various types of guns.
Alrighty.
And as you
It's
make
not a
that,
gun.
we're gonna quickly cut back to Rerun and Co.
So Rerun grabs 5 frag grenades.
366.
Plenty of bits for detonation and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Just make sure you're not going over your weight capacity.
He's not. No, that'll put him at capacity. And he'll tell Siolo and Powder that there are apparently they found a couple of bodies. Don't worry, Ares didn't make them himself. And they're calling for backup, so we may have a bit of a situation to investigate.
All right.
Powder will immediately check all of the medical supplies on their person to make sure that they have enough stuff.
And then he'll go get Praz and say, Ares needs help. He found but did not create some bodies. Can you come just for a little extra muscle backup?
Yeah.
I had Glass and Rainbow. They'll be watching the ship.
Okay. Yeah. Let me just quick grab my rifle and be on my way. And put my armor on.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as everybody's collected and underway, he'll calm Ares again. On our way, about X minutes out.
Right.
And just in the pouches, the pouches that are all over Prez's armor, there's already 2 frag grenades in there, so.
Good. In case we need backup.
Yep. In case the need
have one too.
arises for 7 frag grenades.
Never enough.
8.
There's never
8.
too many frag grenades.
8.
I have one
I
as well.
disagree.
Never too many frag grenades.
Word of God disagrees with you.
Good to know.
At some point, there is going to be a misfire in this party. And someone will accidentally hit an ally, and that ally will explode in a pile of frag grenades.
I like that you think it's going to be an ally that explodes, and not like one of us.
That's
Yeah, somebody
I
pulled
mean,
the trigger while
the
it was still in the
implication was one of
holster,
you,
pointing
but-
at one of their own
Oh.
grenades.
Oh yeah.
So-
I feel like it's gonna be like you go to throw it, you hit the button, you go to throw it, and like it's like Ares, but it catches on his gauntlet or something, or
Try to cook it too long so they can't throw it back.
I think.
Well, too long.
Yep.
sorry,
I think I can
Anyway.
actually survive holding a grenade while it explodes.
you probably could. You
I don't
your
have any.
hand.
I
Your
don't have
hand
grenades,
probably would not.
Yeah, there's some GM fiat with critical injuries, and that would be an automatic critical injury.
I don't know. Open palm. It's like a firecracker.
All right, just replace the robotic arm.
It's a lot worse than a firecracker.
Yeah,
it is.
Anyway,
Not a thing.
Anyways, I what do I figure out on 3 successes? Just for me?
Yeah, on 3 successes, Sorry, I was trying to
Okay.
make sure the rest of the group got something to do.
Yeah.
On 3 successes, this was probably a sniper bolt, which likely came in through the window, though you're pretty sure he's been dead for at least a day or two.
Could I, just glancing out the window through the curtain, figure out where this would likely have come from? I
Yeah, there's
imagine-
a roof across. Like, you could probably have done it flying in the middle of the street, but there's a roof across the way that would have been the most likely sniper's nest.
Yeah. All right. Just over the comms. On your way over, please do be advised that one of these bodies was killed by a rogue sniper. Keep an eye out for, well, actually, if they're good enough, you won't see him, but if one of you drops dead, try to figure out where you got hit from.
So yeah, you guys are about halfway there when you all get that.
Fucking kidding me?
That fucking Mandalorian has a way with words, I swear.
It's like that scene in Taken where the dad's like, "Look, you're going to get caught, okay? So just yell out any facial marks, like I know you're going to get boned, so don't worry about trying to escape. Just tell me what happens." That's Ares.
You'll die, but I'll fix it.
Yeah.
Not helpful.
All right.
Just letting them know so that if one of them gets randomly sniped, the others know to look around.
Do you know? I'll go back over the comm. Do you know where from?
Yeah, I'm looking at a rooftop right across from the building.
I'm just gonna go straight there then when we get nearby.
Yeah, I'll point it out to you when you get here.
Just quickly, Corey also gets that message. Anything she wants to do in the meantime?
She is essentially fairly methodically scrubbing this place of any connection to
Corey.
her family. No. Significantly not Corey, her family.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah. Trying to make the shop anonymous, essentially.
Yep. And
All right.
taking it all with her.
Yeah. You basically are carrying enough stuff that until you ship it back or have someone else carry it, you're encumbered. But
That's fine.
that's mostly just because you've got moving levels of stuff. But yeah, some of it it's hard to know if it would be personal. Like, you assume that the rocks are part of what the shop sells, but
But
you
are
don't
probably
think that's attached
personal
to you in
too.
any way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she is
But
playing
they're also
better safe.
giant boulders that are like placed in showcase on a rack, so
Yeah, I can't do much about those.
yeah. All right. So, at this point, Praz, you're headed up to the opposite roof.
Yeah, I'll just go up there and
How are you
I'll
doing
start
that?
looking around. Is there a fire escape?
No, it's Star Wars.
How tall is the building?
About 3 stories.
Okay. I'll go up to one of the doors. Is it locked?
I mean, the door to the business on the main floor isn't locked. It's a shop that seems to be selling like pretty basic equipment for rock rappelling and climbing.
Is there like a plaque on the front that says what each floor has on it? Like first floor is a shop, second floor is residence.
The second 2 floors have names on them. And there is like one of those staircases, like with Theresa's place, that heads up to presumably the businesses on the other 2 floors.
Okay. I'll actually do a once around the building to see if there's any evidence that somebody's like, I don't know, use climbing gear in it.
Okay, make me a... Let's see, what role would that be?
Perception, vigilance.
Death save.
Yeah. How
Death
about
saves
melee?
aren't a thing in this system.
You're
It's
right.
a
I'm
melee.
sorry. I'm sorry. You're just dead.
Awesome.
No, if Helix was hunting you, you would all be dead long ago.
Mm.
I'm gonna just make it a perception.
All right. Difficulty.
Difficulty 3 as you're looking for something pretty specific.
Okay. No successes, no failures, but 1 advantage.
It's definitely a building that would be climbable with enough athletic prowess, but there you don't see anything that like indicates a grappling hook was used.
Okay. Then I'm gonna quick look to the left, look to the right, make sure nobody's watching, and I'm just gonna climb
Okay.
as fast as I can.
Yeah, you find a blind spot where the a different person this time who's working at that noodle soup shop that you went to previously
Hmm.
can't see you, though they have given you some weird looks because you're casing a building.
I mean, I
Okay.
walked around it once. I didn't do
Okay,
multiple
so-
laps. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay, make me... I don't know if you have a skill that specifically relates to this, but it's going to be an athletics roll to climb.
I have multiple things that make me super athletic.
There's the athletics skill.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Cody has talents in that general area.
Yeah.
I was not sure if there was anything I needed to account for on that.
No.
Too.
Just difficulty 2.
Mm-hmm.
Blam. 3 successes, 2 advantages.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not like instant, but you scale the building.
Okay.
Up top, there's a sort of little bit of a lip in a rooftop area. It's just flat. There doesn't seem to be anyone up here.
Okay. 1 second.
While that's happening, the rest of you, Powder, Sai, and Rerun, you head up the stairs to Theresa's place.
Yep.
Yep.
Ares is standing over a body.
Oh no, I'm standing at a window, looking out, because I was directing Braz to the building.
Okay.
Powder
Rerun
will
will go.
immediately go to the bodies and check them.
Rerun will go
Okay,
find
make
Corey.
me 2 difficulty 3 medicine checks.
I point at the one on the ground and say, "That one got shot. Not sure what happened to Teresa," pointing at her.
All right.
First one is 2 successes, 2 threats, and 2 triumphs. And the
Alright.
second one is a success and an advantage.
Okay, so yeah, you're pretty sure that the guy on the floor was definitely killed by the blaster bolt that hit him when he died. Probably a single shot, definitely a single shot.
Front or back?
And with 2 triumphs, you also notice that some of those notifications start popping up. You don't, obviously, they're sort of not currently in front of your face. Corey set your internal phone to not beep at you.
Right.
But you notice more of those notifications. Theresa, you sort of it takes you a minute, but you see some discoloration around the lips. You see some other stuff, and you notice, with enough looking, a small injection wound just on her arm. It doesn't seem to be like self-inflicted. It seems to be someone drugged or poisoned or something like that.
Okay. Can I figure out how long they've been dead?
Yeah, they've both been dead about 2 days at this point. So,
Okay.
if Ares is, this would be shortly after last contact was made with Ares. If Ares communicated when,
Yeah.
yeah, the timeline matches up for her to have died the same day you made contact with her.
Okay. Powder will absolutely mention the fact that they seem to have been dead for a couple of days.
Well, she died by injection.
Yes.
So then someone was in the room as well as someone sniping. We're looking for 2 people.
I think we
Can
found
I-
one of them.
Can I tell if the Twi'lek was shot from afar, or if it was in the room?
Yeah, with 2 triumphs, sniper bolt matches what probably.
Okay.
You guys can probably see Praz walking around on the roof.
Yep. Actually, I
also-
want you 3 to, the 4 of you, to make me vigilance checks at difficulty 3 with a setback die, because it is a challenging angle.
Does my hang on, let me double check something before I.
Setback die. You said vigilance?
Yep.
Nailed it.
I did not.
1 success,
Wow.
4 threat.
Okay. So
4 failures and a threat.
4 failures, but an advantage.
3
You all
failures, 2
realize
advantage.
I was the sniper.
I'm the only
Okay.
one paying
Oh wait,
attention.
hang
So,
on. I didn't
rerun-
need to have a boost, but I failed anyways. So
You re-roll it. The rule is you always re-roll if you rolled the wrong dice.
oh, in that case, 2 successes and 3 threats.
Okay.
Hey.
So, Ares, out of the corner of your eye, you see someone on that roof, and you almost instinctively duck, but you also were the one who guided Praz up there,
Yeah.
so you know that that's him. Rerun, you also, like, as there's this discussion of snipers, you kind of glance out the window and see a hard-to-make-out figure in full combat gear on the roof across the street.
Duck and cover. And
Go-
he heads into the other room after Corey.
Do I see rerun duck and cover?
By leaving the
Dead
room
guy.
to go
Okay.
to put several other wall surfaces between me and that window. Yes.
It's like watch rerun take off and just shrug. Anyways, they were probably over there where Praz is right now. I'll say, pointing out the window.
Okay.
I'm looking
Right.
for Corey at this point.
Yeah, so probably around the same time, Rerun and Sai, you find Corey in the back room.
Door opens. Ares, I swear to God, I told you not to come back here.
It's not Ares.
Point of order, you didn't actually say anything.
I spoke plenty with my shove.
Not really. You need to work out more.
Anyway, children.
Doopty doopty doo. That's
Corey?
Doopty doo. But huh? Yeah.
You all right?
What answer do you want?
An honest one.
I'm compartmentalizing.
Okay. Find anything useful? Clues, evidence back here.
She walks over and just puts a big pile of the stuff that she's grabbed in Sai's arms. Here, hold this. I can only carry so much.
Holding.
After we've cleaned up, Corey, what do you want us to do with the building?
Are there any other businesses? I'm sorry, I know you said this several times, but
It's fine.
I have the memory retention of a something.
I'm in the general area.
In
or
the
in this
building,
building?
are there any other businesses or the like attached?
There's another name listed for the room up one more. You're not sure. You know that the storefront on the main floor seems to be something closed down.
Bring the bodies with us.
We'll need to rent a speeder.
Can somebody check and see if anybody actually lives above? Because otherwise, we can put those fragmentation grenades to some use.
And rerun goes to check.
Okay, rerun. You slide up the stairs to the next one. The door to this one seems to be slightly more solid and be locked. Astromech
He'll
can
pull
make
out-
it upstairs. This is an
Yeah,
established
no,
thing.
he's doing the little like servo climb thing. Yeah. He'll just bang himself into the door a couple times and listen.
Okay. There's no sound from within.
All right. So, what's the difficulty on a skullduggery check to get this door open?
Difficulty 2.
Okay, I'm flipping a light side point. One success.
Okay, one success is all you needed.
Okay.
The door swings open.
And you're going in to have a look around.
All right. So this room has various boxes. There's a lot of stuff that seems to be in crates. Right. There seems to be a lot of stuff that's in crates and a few hollow tables and other things that are out. No one seems to be in here. There seems to actually be a fairly significant layer of dust over the entire room. There's a large number of posters hanging on the walls.
Okay. Posters of anything in particular?
Roll me a knowledge core worlds check.
Okay. Difficulty on that is
Difficulty of 2.
2.
Leaf
Okay.
Cassidy and Danny Partridge.
Yeah, nice.
That's what's on the wall.
1 success, 3 threat.
Well, we'll get to find out if your pop culture references are accurate when they go over my head.
Those are 90s pop teen idols.
Yep.
Okay, if they were current pop teen idols, I would
90s?
probably also have
I'm sorry,
it go over my
70s.
head.
70s pop teen idols.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
if
Leaf
it's
Cassidy
seven-
and the Partridge
All
Family
of
is
these
not
would
90s.
go over my head, is my point. I'm bad
Yeah.
at names and I'm bad at keeping track of stuff.
So 1 success.
One success. You vaguely recognize these as sort of popular HoloNet entertainment of various kinds.
Okay, we're gonna start going through these
deal
crates then.
shows, like essentially the Star Wars equivalent of Let's Make a Deal, stuff like that.
Right, game shows and shit. Yeah,
Yep.
cool. Yeah, we're gonna crack open some of these crates. I got my toolkit with me.
Yeah. They're not exactly hard to crack open. Inside there are there's like tiny model car speeders, tiny model speeders. There's a foosball table, just a foosball table.
Mm-hmm.
Some other stuff like that. Again, most of it seems like it hasn't seen use in a while. All of the crates seem like they've been closed.
Okay. But there's no like, oh, scraps of electronics or
I mean,
ammunition or
well-functioning food. There's several well-functioning hollow tables and some holotapes, but nothing military.
Nothing of applicable grade.
Yeah, nothing military. Okay. There's no corpses in any of the boxes. Nothing stunning.
Gotcha. All right. He'll make a quick spin through the other rooms just to see if anything jumps out at him as noticeable or important, and then head back downstairs.
Yeah, nothing. And make me a vigilance difficulty 2.
Okay. 1 success.
Okay, with 1 success, nothing specifically jumps out at you.
Okay. He will shut and lock the door again, and then go downstairs and see if he can break into the closed storefront shop thing.
All right. So make me skullduggery difficulty 2 again.
Okay. Two successes and an advantage. Ping.
Slides open.
Excellent. The storefront. Usually these things are not left just vacant. They tend to leave a bunch of stuff behind because they don't want to pay for storage somewhere else. What's in here?
In here there is the remnants of essentially a diner. The walls and floor are tile, cracked in a few different places. Those sort of stools that are adhered to the floor.
Yeah.
In the back, there is some kind of run down. You get the sense it's been probably years since it's been used. Boilers, other food preparation equipment.
And apparently somebody driving a dirt bike around.
Sorry, that is my oh so noise pollution conscious neighborhood.
Yeah.
I just liked the idea of rerun sort of just somewhere in here, like there's a track that goes around the thing that somebody is just constantly riding a dirt bike around.
No, that's the sound that Rerun makes when he shifts into top gear with all the modifications that he's made.
He'll once again just make a quick pass through the place, see if there's anything that he can salvage or loot.
There's not much that's salvageable, but make me a mechanics difficulty 2. Let's see what you can come up with.
Mechanics difficulty 2. Mechanics starts with an M. Hey, 2 successes and a triumph, 3 threat.
I mean, if you wanted to get the most out of those explosives, there is a lot of industrial kitchen equipment in the back.
Like with chemicals and shit in it?
Yeah, and like Danny Phantom clip here.
Ah. For sure.
You
Industrial
don't need
shit.
to understand. It's a reference for Jack because Rerun would know.
All right, so yeah, he will just scout out the best places to drop some explosives where they'll cause the most localized structural damage and potentially overload
with 2
some other things
successes
with
and a
interior
triumph,
power.
you do that pretty easily. The more of them you use, the more devastating and loud this will be.
He's actually wanting to go for localized, not
Okay.
mass destruction. Can he spend the triumph to figure out exactly how many grenades he'll need?
So you'd probably want to use 2, and you can place them accurately for that.
Click, click, remote detonator, little button to click.
Yep.
Wire that up, and then head back upstairs. Find Corey. Well, the rest of the building seems to be more or less either abandoned or derelict. So there's a couple of explosive charges downstairs for when we want to leave.
I'm confused. Why are we blowing up the building?
Because whatever happened here is not going to be tied to my family in any way, shape, or form. And destroying all evidence that they even operated here is the easiest way to do that.
Plus, it'll look like there was just a power overload in the abandoned diner downstairs.
But destroying all evidence also makes the bad people that did this get away easier.
Oh, we're going to catch the people who did this.
Also, they didn't really
You
leave
really
a whole
think
lot
I'm
of
going to
evidence
leave
here.
this to? You really think I'm going to leave this to Corellian authorities?
No, but it can't hurt to have other people looking into it.
They're just going to get in our way.
I just
They're
don't
gonna talk about
understand.
things we can't do and things that are,
It will eliminate a lot of red tape surrounding this investigation if we just handle it ourselves.
I'm not saying we don't look into this. Obviously, it's Corey's aunt. What I'm also saying is I feel like we're hamstringing ourselves blowing up the building.
I can see how you would arrive at that conclusion, and that is certainly a perspective to consider. What I think Corey and I are getting at is that an unobstructed investigation by individuals not hampered by bureaucracy, in our experience, subjective though it may be, tends to be a bit more efficient and effective than one where the non-hampered individuals are also having to worry about tripping over more official channels who are going to probably be going to the same places and looking for the same thing. So it kind of eliminates the competition. I see what you mean about needing as much evidence and information at this point as we can gather so that we have the best chance at tracking down the individuals responsible. That is very, very insightful. But once we have that information, we don't want other people following along behind us on the same trail, if that makes sense.
Are there cameras in this room?
No.
Are there did I notice any cameras on the building at all? When we're coming in?
The only one you would have noticed in this region, there's one inside of the bar that you went to previously. There's one on the noodle shop that you also went to previously.
Does the noodle shop happen to have like a direct line of view to the door of this place?
That would require a destiny point.
I'll spend a destiny point.
All right. So while that's being done, we're going to transition back to Praz. What you looking for?
Anything I can find. I'll go to the wall that faces the shop. See if there's any good spots that wouldn't be.
Yeah, you can
easily.
You can pace around to where you have a good line of sight into the window.
Yeah, and then I'll just I'll search the immediate area and look to see if there's any evidence that somebody else has been up here recently.
Make me a, I guess, perception difficulty 3.
Okay, I'm gonna use a light side point.
And there's a There's a setback on that. I just read over an ability thing.
Okay, so setback. Let's see, perception. One success and 2 threats.
Yeah, this place seems to see not tons and tons, but a fair amount of foot traffic for a rooftop.
Yeah, that's odd.
I mean, there is a latch that goes from the building to up here, so it's possible that someone lives in that building smokes.
Yeah. Damn death sticks.
There are more things you can smoke in Star Wars than death sticks, but that is an option.
But yeah. If I just see that it's pretty heavily trafficked, I'll just calm back over that. I don't think we're going to find anything from the roof.
I didn't think so either. That's why I didn't go over. But
Yeah,
thanks
you
for
never
checking out.
Yeah. And then I'll climb down through the hatch.
All right.
If it's unlocked.
So, Praz, about at this point, you would be meeting up with the rest of the group. Areas you wanted to...
So, Solo, tell you what though, you're right, we do need more evidence. Now there's not a lot of evidence here, at least not a lot of stuff was, at least not that I can see. We could probably still look around a little bit more and see if we can find something, but there just so happens to be a noodle store right outside that has a clear line of view to the entranceway to this shop. Now, this had to have, according to Powder, this had to have happened a couple of days ago, shortly after I got off the call with Teresa. So, if you could go over and speak with that noodle person and see if you could get access to their cameras, if they happen to have the recordings from a couple of days ago, we might be able to see who came in with our dead Twi'lek friend.
Totally down for doing that.
You realize that the Twi'lek is probably how to put this, not part of the assailant crew, right?
No, but the Twi'lek didn't live here, or at least wasn't here previously, and was likely in the room with the person who injected your aunt with poison. So therefore, there had to have been a third person in this room. You can't really snipe someone with a needle from that far out.
And if they had, then where's the needle?
There was a third person in this room.
More apropos part of this.
I'm gonna go out on a limb here, and I'm gonna make an assumption that you're gonna find some sort of genetic similarity between Teresa and this kid.
Okay.
I say kid. I think he's actually older than me.
Like mid to late teens.
That doesn't change the fact that there was a third person in this room.
Either way,
I don't think that person necessarily came in with them. I just wanted to make that part clear.
Maybe not. Either way, someone entered this building shortly after, and I'll give Cielo the time. And if that camera caught them, then we'll have a little bit more of an idea as to what happened.
Looking at foot traffic is going to be helpful, I think, no matter what. But
though, in addition, just to add on to what Rerun and Corey was saying, blowing up this place, sure, it keeps the Corellian authorities from looking too far into it, though they will still investigate because the building blew up. It will also put the people we're hunting's mind at ease, thinking that all the evidence went down with the building.
If they're still paying attention.
I get that. The main problem I'm having, though, is we are destroying infrastructure to the city, which hurts its residents, to cover our own ass when I don't think we need to. We're doing the thing my people actively fight against.
Corellia suffered worse.
Does it? Okay, some slaves suffer worse. Does that mean we okay other slavery? No.
Wow, that's
Aaron's
the
got a point.
direction to go to.
Yep, because
Um,
this is directly against what my people fight against.
let's put it that.
I'm sorry.
Actually,
not-
bullshit. It's also what your people do if it's imperial controlled areas. So let's not get on that high horse.
It is actually an imperial controlled area,
Yeah.
Oh,
The
as a
forces.
reminder.
I still don't think it's okay.
I'm just saying that argument is that stance of that argument is. But
No, I just
the
wanted to
reason that
remind people of that.
the reason that I'm suggesting this is multiple fold. One, so that the authorities don't get in our way, because as far as they'll be concerned, this would have been an explosion and not a hit. We'll already have taken the bodies out anyway, so that two, like Gary said, to put the people our targets' minds at ease. And three, because I don't think my aunt is the only Tane that lives here, and I don't want anything here that might connect them, might put them back in the crosshair. So if we destroy everything, there's a clean break there.
Oh, no, there's not. If this individual or whoever attacked your aunt, I'm going to assume they've been staking the place and also know someone else. Blowing the building up does nothing in terms of cutting family names out of it. It just destroys the building and makes now the police want to look into the explosion, not someone else's misdoings. It's now looking into our own misdoings.
Oh, it's not going to look like misdoings. It's going to look like an overloaded power conduit took the place down.
You're making
I'm with Sai though. If the building blows up, however it looks, and your aunt's not here, her name is on this building, is it for this shop and her
It's
Yeah.
a little sort of
yeah.
plot for
So
business.
The explosion's
If
probably
she's-
going to be enough to potentially vaporize any organic tissue that's in here. I would assume. If
we're
you're
just
making it
using-
look like a power converter overloaded.
Pretty much. There's some reasonably heavy-duty industrial appliances downstairs that have not been best maintained, shall we say?
if they don't even find traces of organic matter, though, they're just going to assume it was. Worst case scenario, they assume it's a disappearance, and then they start looking for your aunt, and then the Corellian authorities go to your family and say, "Hey, has she contacted you recently?"
It
Anything like that.
obfuscates it a lot more than a room with a shit ton of evidence, including blood stains and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Look, just let me make my point. If we leave it as is, okay, or take the bodies, doesn't matter. If we have a hard time finding anything else here, I assume second-rate authorities are going to just be chasing their tails in this dead end of a murder and not get anywhere with it. Versus if we add more complications, such as blowing up a building, it's just more possibility for something to go wrong. However, that does not negate the fact that I'm still not okay with just blowing up this building.
Okay, and that's where we're gonna take a break.
All right.
Yes.
We'll be back in a minute. We're back.
Okay.
And that's why selective
Well-
deconstruction via explosives is one of the best forces in modifying societal change.
So, as delightful as this conversation has been, I will point out to Rerun and Corey. Remember I just told Ciolo that there's a noodle shop with a camera on it that looks at the entrance to this building?
All right, so we're going to have to move the bodies out the back. and
It's
we're gonna
already
have to make sure
seen
to get
all of
those
us.
tapes.
It's already seen all of us come in, as has the person working at the noodle shop.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I am very nondescript.
I'm not.
As
you're
you
not.
look at the rest of this group,
Neither is Corey. Neither is Ciolo. Neither is Press.
Corey kind of is. Especially in Corellia.
I was going to say, probably Corey, Rerun, and Powder are the three most nondescript of the
Slightly
group.
nervous-looking mechanic is. Especially
I've been wearing my helmet since the ship, so because dead bodies were involved in the description of why I should leave the ship.
I have too, but Mandalorian armor is very distinctive and easy to spot.
Yeah.
For very good reasons.
Powder is
So,
kind of distinct.
exploding this building is not necessarily the best of ideas. As much as I would love to see it go up, let's just take all the stuff you've already grabbed, Corey. Take the bodies. Go see if Ciolo can't get that video footage for us. And then leave the building intact.
You're
Also-
the least Mandalorian I've ever met.
How many Mandalorians have you ever met?
7.
I feel like you're lying.
He's dready. Can't lie.
From a GM perspective, that's a reasonable estimate. You fought in the war.
Yep, I fought in the Clone Wars.
I mean,
were
more if you consider the clones to be Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That's something people go back and forth on, but
Either way, there are times when excising a building from the face of the earth are called for, and there are times when it's not. As much fun as it would be, this is one of those times where it's not quite called for. Especially considering we're trying to keep a low profile for a variety of reasons. As it
Rerun,
stands.
would you be able to get those tapes remotely?
Difficult. Networked recording. Most buildings, as I understand, record and store everything locally. So it's, yeah.
I'm just a little worried about going and asking around for them, no matter the reason. Just simply because someone's face then is tied to, hey, this person asked for tapes after folks were found dead.
We could,
You're
well,
a smooth talker. Smooth talk the person that owns the noodle joint while Rerun finds an access.
Alternatively,
for-
you could tell me what to say and I could go talk to them.
alternatively, again, we could either just pay them, because bribes usually speak very loudly to a great many people, especially those in service industry employment. Or, if we're a little short on funds, we come back after they've closed and I get them then.
Yeah, I'm not worried about getting the tapes. I'm worried about someone days later asking who got the tapes and using the same methods we used.
Well then,
Right. That's
nighttime reconnaissance it is. Then I can get you up there.
I feel like that'd be safer to your point, Aries, about keeping a low profile.
Certainly.
Plus, it would give me a nice consolation prize for not being able to deconstruct a building.
You
Don't
at least
worry.
get to
We
get
will
your.
I guarantee you that before the next year is done, you and
I'm sure
I
we'll find a decent
will
opportunity at some point,
deconstruct
yes.
many buildings with many people inside them. That way, you get the extra squishy bits.
I'll go disconnect the charges.
So, Corey, there anything you wanted to do as that's happening? I also... Sorry.
So, okay, so you tell me this might take 1 or 2 or might be too much, but using utility, but considering that these are potentially useful things for technical purposes, would I happen to have a biological matter scanner, first of all? Or perhaps, I don't know, Powder might be able to check for that.
So those are pretty expensive, so I don't think you would just have one outside of inventory. You could have, if this would help, a test kit for like, is this blood? Drop it in. Yes. No.
Okay.
Sort of things. You or Powder could have one of those pretty easily.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if there's an official credit worth cap on your thing, but I feel like that's above it.
Let's see. So let me look at it specifically and see how it reads.
Sure.
All it says is rarity no greater than 4.
Okay, yeah, that
That's
would
fine.
unfortunately be.
That's fine. As long as we can scan and get essentially enough information based off of what you said, then the other thing would be how to put it. Something that cleaning equipment, for lack of a better term.
Bleach.
I mean, I'm thinking more the utility belt version of that, but yes.
You want that goo the Predator pulls out and throws in that pool. Dissolves everything.
Like, I don't know, sci-fi it with ultraviolet rays or something weird, laser, blah, blah.
A crime scene cleanup kit.
Considering,
Sure.
I will throw this in, considering that most of her life has spent growing up under the ownership of a hut.
Yeah, okay, sure. That's going to cost a destiny point. I
That's
think your
fine.
thing does already, but
Yes, that caused. I use a destiny point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will note that huts don't care about cleaning up crime scenes because they run the places where they commit their crimes.
Unless they commit crimes.
that's
against other
exactly why they
huts.
care about cleaning up the crime scenes. They're gonna need to use the lounge next week.
That also. Also, unless they're cleaning up crimes with other huts, and technically, at this point, they are independent from the Empire, but not really.
Yeah, the relationship between the Huts as a crime syndicate and the Huts as a political organization and the Empire is fascinating and will be an hour rant if I get on it.
It's very complex.
There's a reason why all of us avoid huts.
Yeah,
Huts are awesome.
they're a thing. They're not worse than, anything else.
No,
So,
they're
yeah,
worse than quite a lot else. I'd much rather deal with an Ithorian than a hut any day.
So yeah, you will ask if Powder can get all of the information she can, evidence-wise, from here. Whatever she can get, whatever they can get.
And Corey,
And
the
let
other
me
thing
know when they're done.
I was going to let you know is Corey would have the thought that anything Rerun can rig up to explode, you could probably also rig up. It'd be harder without charges, but if
I
there's
know.
stuff to overload,
Believe
it's
me,
possible.
that has been considered.
Okay. I know you're working and also not feeling well. I just wanted to make sure that
No.
was
That has
clearly on the
absolutely been
table.
considered. Yeah.
Um,
But yeah. Can you get just anything that we're going to be able to use evidence-wise? DNA, anything, etc.
Yeah,
and just
powder-
let me know when you're done.
if Powder is given the the go ahead to take DNA, that's what they're going to do.
I mean, Powder's already taken some off this Wild.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yes, but now I have permission.
That's not how permission works.
Powder and
Anyway.
Powder
Rerun.
shrugs.
Powder and Rerun seem to be those types of droids who have been programmed with the concept that it is much easier to beg forgiveness than ask permission.
I will note that if you're
Generally,
working
we
on-
don't do either, but you know,
Powder doesn't
if it
beg.
came down to one or.
I will. You're doing a bang up job on that whole, making sure Powder doesn't randomly collect samples from things that Alvod wants.
I don't know what Elwood wants about this. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, I don't care.
Oh my god, I love Corey.
Words cannot express how much I
Maybe.
don't care.
I just had the same thought that Corey did. I just had it first.
Right.
In fact, I don't think if you combined languages, you could come up with the words that describe how much I don't care right now.
Aries, a word.
So Powder is going to take
We're at-
many more DNA
Rerun
samples.
will just wheel out the stairwell and start heading up to the upper apartment.
I'll follow Rerun.
Okay. Aries, you arrive in a somewhat ransacked, dusty man cave with hollow supplies and pop culture figures you vaguely recognize.
Does it look like someone has lived here or hasn't lived here in a while?
Hasn't
pretty
lived
dusty.
here in a while.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it's necessarily set up to live in full time.
Some sort of storage area. Found somebody's playpen.
Mandalorians aren't all human.
No.
That Twilight kid looks. I mean, obviously he has a multi-ethnic background, but something about the. What would you call it? Bone structure, something, face. He looks a little bit like he's got some of Mandalorian in him. Anyway,
Interesting.
just thought you should know. In case it's relevant to whatever armor thing was thinging around here thing.
Actually, yeah. I'll pull out the cloth that has the phoenix symbol on it. Has this ever been registered in your databanks?
Just the one that specifically matches the thing.
Yeah.
Rerun, roll me a difficulty 5 outer rim check. Why not?
I'll flip a light side point.
Okay.
Two successes. 4 threat.
Okay.
Bam!
With an absurd number of with 2 successes and 4 threats. You vaguely recognize that. You know that during your time with you were with the Republic military, correct?
Yep. Uh-huh.
During your time with the Republic military, one of the more classified operations that your general, who was not a Jedi, just
Right, he was
army
just a
general,
run-of-the-mill trooper admiral.
was involved with had something to do with that symbol and some other things. It wasn't anything you ever poked specifically into. It was some sort of crime syndicate, something like that.
Mhm.
You also know that like phoenix symbols of that vague shape more broadly. The rebellion uses them. The Republic themselves used a few different versions of them. They have some cultural significance in various places. If there's any Mandalorian specific significance, Ares would know better than you do.
Yeah. A rerun will share that information with Ares. Something criminal-esque, maybe smuggling, or there were a number of times we had to shut down supply lines that were getting munitions and materiel into the hands of the wrong people, but even just some basic criminal pacification and things who were trying to take advantage and disrupt or co-opt our allies' infrastructure. And of course, you can find phoenixy stuff in a lot of different tribes and copacetic cultures.
Right.
Tribes and cultures.
This is the paint. This is the symbol that was painted on the back of Yarek's armor when it was found. Presumably painted on after he broke from our clan.
There was a couple cult sort of thing-ishes that I don't know if they had similar symbology, but there was a group called the Winged Saviors. There was a group called the Followers of the Guided One. I'd have to look back and see if Lux left behind any records of what she was able to find. I have no idea if it might be affiliated with either of those groups, but I can check.
Yeah, this is what she had found. This is what she was calling to talk to me about. Having something to do with this. If Kid was Mandalorian bred, then maybe something to do with information. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see.
Does this place look like it might have been his stash or their stash?
I don't think so. I was trying to make sure the building was unoccupied before I blew it up.
All right. Well then,
unnecessary effort at this point, but
I mean, still worth checking.
Yeah.
Right. Well then, let's go disarm those bombs and see about getting that camera feed. Oh, we'll get that later. I guess. Are there like big crates in here?
Somewhat
yeah.
largish.
Most of them have some stuff in them, but there's one with a foosball table in it that's pretty big. There's a few other crates.
We want to see if we do want to borrow some of these boxes.
Couldn't hurt.
I'll go move the foosball table out of a box and take it downstairs with me.
It's a slightly awkward shape, even with your significant brawn. But yeah, you get it down the stairs.
I'm just gonna pipe over the comm that I'm gonna be exiting out the back to go get a speeder large enough to carry all of us.
Right, I got a crate we're going to be packaging up some of our more sensitive materials into, so be sure to have cargo space.
Yep. Cargo speeder.
The Star Wars version of a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Where you just strap stuff to the side and then it just lifts the whole thing.
Yep.
Don't we? Isn't
And
there?
then if you get into a
Isn't there a speeder-
road-based,
Isn't there a speeder on the ship?
Not big enough to carry a crate.
No.
It's big
I
enough
think
to
it's big
carry
enough to carry 3 of you.
Yeah.
You still have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the
Hilarious.
Speeder.
yeah.
Oh, need get a trailer hitch for it.
Doesn't have strong enough grab wheels.
But yeah, and that's there. Corey, what all do you want us to put in this? I say indicating the box.
Anything that I can't carry.
I point at the bodies.
Yep.
I load the bodies into the box.
Okay.
Put the bodies in the
Did
put the
Ares
bodies in the
did Ares'
box,
first
put,
job
like, the
as
clothing.
packing groceries at a supermarket?
What was that,
Let's
Jeremy?
see, you put the corpses in first, and
Yeah.
then
Yeah, no, it's that's me. Like you put the big thing in the bottom, and then you put the smaller things in rows along the top, so that everything fits as
So
nice
I
as
have
possible.
to ask now: are you taking the boulders?
Welcome to Mando Mart. How can we help you today?
I mean, if they'll
Okay.
fit, because they might be personal, and if it doesn't make it impossible to carry the box.
I will do my best to Tetris all of the things Corey wants into the box.
I
Right.
will. So I'm gonna take some from the bedroom, like some
Mhm.
non-purse bedding or something like that.
Yeah.
Wrap and cushion the bodies, so
I would
that
say, have I gotten
A,
all of the?
they're not pounded into mush by the boulders, and B, they are appropriately preserved for.
I mean, even if you haven't, Powder, we'll be taking them back to our ship.
Yeah, but I just want to ask if I've gotten, enough that I would be satisfied. If anything happens to these bodies, have I gotten enough biosamples that I'd be satisfied with that?
You can easily have gotten hair and blood samples from both of them.
Okay, cool.
If you're asking if those impulses would be entirely satisfied, there's an impulse to be more thorough. Roll me a. Let's see. Let's roll this. I have to make it all the time. Roll me a discipline check, difficulty 3, and I'm flipping a dark side point because why not?
Discipline check, difficulty 3. Is that a setback die? Or no, that's a
No, it's an upgrade.
upgrade. That's right. Okay, let's see if I did this right, because I'm doing it in the modifier, not the thing. Yeah. That is 3 successes and 3 threats.
I mean, ideally, you'd like to do a full autopsy, at least on the hybrid kid, but
Okay.
yes, you have the samples you would absolutely need from
Okay.
a perspective.
Powder will help in the packing process to make sure that the Twilight Kid doesn't get crushed in any way, shape, or form.
Okay. Yeah, you can triage everything in there. If you get into a high-speed chase on your way back or something, you will be fucked.
Yeah.
So don't get into
It's just a crate, but
So yeah, package everything up, close it, seal it. Right.
Okay.
And
we're gonna, unless there's anything side that you wanted to do.
I'm just wanting to make sure Corey gets everything that she wants, since there's a strong chance she won't be able to come back to this building again.
All right.
Yeah, I'm making sure that since we have a big box to do it with now.
Yeah. It's easy enough, like, as long as you don't need the chairs or something.
No, I'm not worried about furniture.
It's easy
I'm
enough
worried
to
about
get basically everything that was in the store.
Yeah. All computer, anything that
she doesn't have any computers.
No computers, no file, no business files. All on paper. Is there any of that on paper?
Make me a.
I'd imagine whoever
Is
killed
there
her.
I forget what insight is. Give me a second.
Vigilance.
Make me a cool roll difficulty 2 with a setback die.
Okay. I'll spend another point.
Regardless of that, you find some like sales ledger records.
Okay, that's all come in with too. A success and 2 threats.
With 1 success, you notice that there are some of these silk cloths similar to the ones on the windows, still on a loom, and there seems to be an intentional pattern to them.
Okay.
That could be some sort of record. It's not traditional writing, and it's not something you've seen before, but
Boop.
yeah. Yep. All right, you get all the stuff. We're gonna transition to Praz really quick, unless anyone's gonna stop me.
Nope.
So, Praz, you head into the rental place essentially.
Yeah. Yep. I'm just gonna head to the not the cheapest, but
You hover.
mid-range. Yep.
Yeah.
You hover.
Sure. Yeah, it's like a pretty like there's a lot of these, especially in Corvella, which is a fairly tourist-heavy city with lots of tourists who are there to do weird stuff like dive off of cliffs, see the rocks, immerse themselves in commercialized spirituality.
Murder
I
ducks.
would like to drive a vehicle that can carry large items.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So yeah,
my
there's
weird touristy
a
thing.
woman behind the desk with sort of bright, pink hair, clearly dyed, frizzy behind her. Okay, speeder, ship type. Any specific passenger requirements?
Needs to be able to hold at least 2 or 3 people in the cab, preferably.
Okay. Give me a second. We've got. Well, in terms of high weight ratings, we have a few options that might be good for you. Oh, and she'll lay out a few different ones that, to Praz's sensibilities, all look fine. How
Basically,
long
if I
will
can
you be renting for?
I can return it tomorrow. That's all I need it for.
Okay.
Just the day.
Hey, so our minimum rate is for a day. That would be 300 credits plus a return deposit of 400 additional credit. And I'll just need to see some identification papers that we can keep on file.
I actually don't have any on me right now. I have the credits, but I don't normally.
Unfortunately, due to our rental policies, we aren't able to rent to anyone that doesn't have identification papers. It's an insurance thing.
I understand. I will go get my identification papers.
All right.
And,
Please come by later.
Yeah, sure. And I'll leave. And yeah, I'll go to a cheaper place that doesn't ID, I guess, if that doesn't require
make me
insurance.
a streetwise check difficulty 4 because you're on Corellia right now.
Yep, I think this is the farthest towards the core I've ever been. Streetwise.
Mm-hmm.
If I take one more step, Mr. Frodo.
Yeah. I'm gonna use light side. Bam.
Okay, with 2 successes, you find a rundown, cheap place that really barely has a working sign. It just sort of flickers on and off. That you suspect will not card you. The guy inside.
Does it look like it has running speeders though?
For a
That
given
one.
value of running, none of them are currently hovering. They're clearly not trending to show that off.
Yeah. Okay.
Clunky.
Yeah. I'll go inside.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Looking to rent a speeder that can carry 3 people and some cargo.
Okay.
That runs.
Yeah. We got something that's As long as you don't put anything too heavy on it, you can use this one. He'll show you some hollow for a sort of old rundown one. It looks like it functions in the hollow.
Yeah, which how heavy is too heavy? I'm assuming if you have to explain that, you got a rough estimate.
Oh, it's people overload things all the time. As long as it's standard cargo, your luggage shouldn't cause an issue.
Okay. From the hollow, does it look like if the crate would fit in it?
The crate would definitely fit on it, yeah.
Okay. All right. How much for the day?
For the day, 250 credits, leave 1,000 heroes insurance.
Okay. Do you need what do you need from me besides the credits? Anything? Handing over.
You don't come back, I'm
1,200
taking
credits.
your 1,000 credits.
All right. I'll give him the, what was it, 1,250 credits?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'll give him that, and
Yeah. He'll hand you a key. And you go outside and you start it up. It is shaky and a little bit rusted, but it works. So
that's why I asked for 3, because there's only going to be 2 people riding in this, at most. This might be a solo trip. Well, everybody walks. But yeah, I'll pull out and I'll pull around the back, and when I'm about halfway, I'll ping over the comm that I'm on my way back, and it's enough for one person to ride with, or I can drive this back myself.
Okay. So you guys all arrive back, and Corey, as you're finishing getting the last few things in the box, you look out the window and you see Praz driving up in the ugliest, most run down speeder you have seen that still has hovers that lift.
Pulled around the back though, so
I feel like this dude is going to get this thing back in better condition than he rented it, because Corey's going to fix it.
Oh, Corey and I are gonna give this thing a once over before we even try and load it up, probably.
yeah.
I will work on getting the box down while they work on that.
I will help with the box.
Try not to drop it.
Powder will also help with the
Okay,
box. just
you
because.
two. Okay, it's a narrow staircase. Let's see. You two both make me athletics
No, thank you.
checks, and Powder will be providing you both 1 boost die.
I'm direct.
Actually, no, Powder. So you two will be making the checks with the boost die. Powder, you will also need to make me athletics check.
What
All
difficulty?
right.
17.
Difficulty of 4. You loaded a box with boulders and corpses.
That's fine.
Do you have any idea how much a dead
4.
person weighs?
Not the
Yes.
same as a living person. Hmm?
2
Yeah.
failures and threats.
Mine is
Same as an
21
unconscious
grams.
living person.
A single threat.
Single success. None of my boost die did shit.
Wow.
Ares is Ross Geller trying to move a couch up a set of
Jesus.
stairs.
How
So-
how strong are your
Pivot.
characters?
Fortunately, you guys barely got. You got a flat. You got threats and failures, but not too many threats. So you all heave and immediately drop the box, like half an inch. But
All right. Now let's lift together this time, Press. And I'm going to spin a light side.
okay.
Lift quickly with your back.
All right.
You guys,
So Corey and potentially Rerun and potentially Sai. outside with Praz.
So Rerun is looking over this speeder and trying to determine if there's anything he can do to help fix it up, possibly with some cannibalized parts and components from the industrial kitchen equipment down here. I realize that's not at all how real-world technology works, but it's
But Star Wars is made of duct tape, so
Yep.
you
So
can make
true.
me a mechanics check to see if it is possible. This is not a your successes will mean you
Right.
succeed at doing it check.
I
Difficulty
will-
of
Just a diagnosis.
I will assist in this.
okay.
So I get a boost die from that.
Yep.
2 successes and a triumph. 1 threat.
Okay, with a triumph, you have some ideas of how you could ensure this thing is reinforced, but without time, it's probably going to be functional. It's just not very sturdy or stable.
I mean, functional is all we need to get it
Yeah.
where we're going.
Well,
Right?
yeah, if you didn't have a really heavy box that your athletes were having trouble lifting.
Do we need to make a second roll, by the way?
Yes, all of you make those same rolls.
I used a light side to upgrade mine.
Corey says, wait just a minute.
Wait,
Sorry.
Sorry, I was trying to get out beforehand. I am using a dark side point on each of your rolls.
Okay.
All right.
Because
Corey tells
Still with 4.
run really quick. Hold on just a minute. Really quick, runs upstairs, pokes her head in the door. I just want to say that do your best not to mutilate any of our cargo.
4 successes.
Of course.
Yeah.
Can
I'm
I-
gonna use a light side?
yeah, Spencer.
I was gonna say, could I make a leadership check to help? I mean, that's kind of one of the reasons to have leadership is to help navigate things like this, right?
Yeah, so you can.
That's
It would have been easier to do that before you rolled, but yeah, you can make me a leadership check.
I was gonna say I got 2 threats, but they got so many successes.
Yeah, if it's not needed, then it's not needed. Just
We got-
trying to think of something.
Yeah, it's usually things that modify rolls. It's good to mention before those rolls are made, because of the stupid way that Star Wars. I love it, but Star Wars handles dice in a way that's very much you roll all at once, especially over a digital environment.
We got a cumulative 10 successes.
Yes, I saw. I forgot. No successes, but no failures. None of you got failures, so that's a good thing. It is not exactly smooth, but you have enough power that actually, like, estimating the full weight of this time, you make it down the stairs successfully.
Move it out.
Hunter's basically just there to make sure that they don't hurt themselves.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
speeder.
technically.
It goes down about a foot.
I will note that you wanted the boulders.
Yes, I did. That needs to be noted.
Yep.
Strap over the top. Strap.
All right. So while you drive this speeder back,
Rental.
I'll keep an eye, and I'm going to use my jetpack to basically fly reconnaissance as they go back, just in case somebody decided that they
did
really wanted to
You
keep
two
an eye on
want
these
to
things.
try and modify this thing?
Once we see how
How slow it is.
how it takes the weight, honestly. Corey, what do you think?
Eh,
How far away is the?
Pretty far. Or is intentionally parked elsewhere.
As
Yeah.
long as we're slow, it should be fine.
Yeah.
As long as
just
you're
thinking
slow
in
and no
terms-
one gets a ticket.
I'm just thinking in terms of professional standards.
You guys definitely could fix it up with the stuff you have back at your place. It's just what you have on you
Right.
is the limiting factor here.
At least get it back to the ship, and then we'll have a
we'll
look.
take it
Okay.
slow. And
Okay.
You're far less likely to get a ticket for going too slow than you are for going too fast. I know it's a thing that happens, but
still, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Does anybody want to ride with?
yeah, I'm going with.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume rerun says no. So yeah, those of you that are heading on the thing, Praz, I'm gonna need you to make me a piloting planetary difficulty 4, and I'm flipping a dark side point.
4. All right.
Yep.
Jesus, Praz, what kind of roads are you taking?
The
The
best
ones that are in
available
front of me.
options, presumably. That's part of what the roll determines.
I'm gonna use a light side. Oh, you flipped a dark side?
Yep.
Okay. Need that. Okay, planetary. 3 failures.
Not an exceptional failure unless there's 5. Okay.
Do I
So,
even make
Corey-
it past the building?
We'll answer that. Corey, every time this thing moves, it shakes. Every turn, no matter how slow and carefully Praz is taking it, which is not the best. He's a little bit putting too much pressure on the brake, especially given that the brake is sort of wheezing at him. Is jostles and the things and stuff goes a little too far in one direction and then corrects back. You're almost bouncing a bit because you're at that point where the hovers are not quite holding you up.
All right, Corey's gonna be like, stop. Here,
What?
move over. I'll take the wheel. I actually think I have one less die than you, but they're both yellow.
Wait. What is wait. So now Corey is taking over the piloting?
Yes.
Yeah, the only two people that were in the car are Corey and Praz, which is why it's
Right.
not an impossible check.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ares is watching from a few blocks away, and Ares, you see the same thing from a different angle.
I'm up in the air watching, going, "This is gonna be good."
Leave it to a Mandalorian have no respect for the dead.
This is for me. This is like This is when you're watching a swoop race and and the engine's about to explode. You'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Pushes him over. I will spend a light side.
Okay. I will spend a dark side.
Yep.
Same check.
I don't have to change anything.
There we go.
It's not easy by any stretch, but this is your family.
This is
And
my
you're going
family.
to be careful. And this poor speeder is so abused. And
I mean, I feel like this is the quality of speeder that Corey probably grew up driving. And let's be honest, she was owned by a hut. She probably was driving bodies around all the time.
yeah,
Or at the very least,
that
things
is
that you had to
probably
be
also it.
very, very gentle in piloting around not great roads.
Yeah. And it takes you guys a lot longer than the people who are walking back because you have to avoid roads that are too bumpy or too crowded or too
I
fast.
could walk back to this ship this speed.
Do you want me to kick you out? Because I will.
I mean, I'd beat you back.
I shove him off the side.
You're not heavy
Whereas
enough.
you're
to push
going
me.
at less than 5 miles an hour. If you get shoved off, you're not gonna get hurt.
I don't think Corey has enough ass to move me out of a speeder.
Okay, Corey, make me an athletics roll. That
I mean, I will.
I
point
know
out
how I'm gonna
for some
determine the
reason
difficulty.
The
on this.
dice
Give me a second.
actually like me on this, so
Oh, don't jinx yourself
All right.
now.
And it's going to be based on Praz's agility, so difficulty of 3. And I'll flip a dark side point in your favor. So upgrade your side of the roll. When it's a player versus player roll, the GM can
that's a
support
success
either side.
and a threat.
Yeah, Prez, you are enough out of it that you end up catching on the pavement.
Oh, I don't roll.
Just
It was a
slowly
diff-
No,
edged
it's
out.
a difficulty is determined by
Alright.
your stats.
Okay.
It was just like slowly edged out, like over the course of like a minute.
Yeah.
I'd be quicker.
I'm just
I'd
sitting
be-
there. It happens. I'm just sitting there going, okay, are you really doing this? You're really doing this.
I imagine like
Prez, I think that you're so confident that it won't work because you're you.
I'm a heavy. I'm probably 3 times
I
as
like
heavy
to
as.
imagine she moves her right foot that's on the accelerator, puts her left foot on it, and just puts up with her foot and just shoves.
Yep. So Aries, Praz is now on the side of the road.
Walking next
Corey, it's
to
a
it.
lot easier without that extra weight.
I'm keeping an eye out to see if there's anybody. I don't think there are, but just see if there's anybody like watching the procession, like from a rooftop vantage point.
Make me a perception roll, difficulty 2.
All right.
How much trouble is Rerun having keeping up?
None?
Okay. So yeah, Rerun's just behind it, just constantly trying to.
One.
He's got his little scanner out, just looking for where it's overheating and what's likely to bust loose first.
Yeah.
One failure.
Yeah. So Aries, there's definitely people who like are walking down the street or at a shop or in their house that like notice this is not quiet
No.
or subtle, but no one seems to be like surveilling it from the rooftops that you can see.
We look like those trash neighbors that are finally moving out.
Look like.
Yep.
My reference is like a spirit because Powder's probably
You guys
like, following
would be
along with
awful
Rerun.
neighbors. These characters.
Yeah. They'd be
Powder
horrible.
is walking along with Rerun, so it's this janky speeder with 2 droids just walking behind it.
Yeah.
No,
Now,
I think
speeders
I've
are
seen
good
this
for
before.
straightaways, but not when they're loaded down with so much stuff. Yep. And yeah, that is where we're gonna end the night with Corey finally getting this stuff all back to the ship, raising a few eyebrows at the place where you were staying.
Better eyebrows than calls for alarm. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.